when the world we know vanishes in an instant, when the power grids fail. The water stops running, and the familiar hum of civilization is replaced by an unsettling silence. What happens next is decided in the first 72 hours. These are the golden hours. The critical window where knowledge, not luck, determines who makes it through. History has shown us, time and again, from devastating earthquakes to widespread blackouts, that the initial moments of a crisis are the most chaotic. Panic sets in, infrastructure collapses, and the unprepared are left vulnerable. Survival isn't about brute strength. It's about a calm, prepared mind. It's about understanding the fundamental rules of staying alive. Because the next disaster isn't a matter of if, but when. This is not about fear. This is about responsibility. The most critical resource, the one your life depends on within just 3 days, is water. In a crisis, tap water can become a vector for disease overnight. Relying on bottled water is a temporary fix, a fragile lifeline that will inevitably run out. The real skill is knowing how to find and purify water from your environment. First, identify potential sources. Rainwater collected in clean containers, morning dew wiped from broad leaves, or even water from rivers and lakes. But never drink this directly. The unseen dangers, bacteria, viruses, and parasites can be more lethal than the disaster itself. The simplest and most effective purification method is boiling. Bringing water to a rolling boil for just 1 minute kills virtually all harmful microorganisms. But what if you can't make a fire? This is where a pre-prepared survival kit becomes invaluable. Water purification tablets or a portable water filter are lightweight, effective, and can process hundreds of liters of water, turning a contaminated source into a life-saving drink. The rule is simple: 1 gallon per person, per day. Half for drinking, half for sanitation. Forgetting this simple rule is one of the most common and deadliest mistakes. Securing a stable water supply isn't just the first step. It's the foundation of your entire survival strategy. With thirst managed, the next immediate threat is exposure. The elements can incapacitate a person far faster than starvation. Finding or creating shelter is a race against time, protecting you from extreme heat, cold, wind, and rain, which can rapidly lead to hypothermia or heat stroke. In an urban disaster, your first instinct might be to stay home. If your structure is sound, this is often the best choice. It provides familiarity, supplies, and robust protection. But what if you're forced to evacuate? Or if you're caught in the wilderness? You must improvise. Look for natural shelters first. Shallow caves, rock overhangs, or dense thickets of trees can offer immediate protection. If none are available, you must build. The most basic and effective design is a lean-to shelter. Find a sturdy ridgepole along strong branch and lean it against a tree or a rock wall. Then, stack smaller branches, leaves, and debris against one side to create a wall that blocks wind and rain. The key is insulation, both from the ground and the air. Create a thick bed of dry leaves or pine needles to insulate yourself from the cold. Damp ground, which can sap your body heat even on a mild night. Your shelter doesn't need to be a fortress. It just needs to be a small, dry, and insulated space that conserves your precious body heat. After 72 hours without food, your body's energy reserves will be critically low. Your ability to think clearly, perform physical tasks, and maintain body temperature will plummet. While a human can survive for weeks without food, the absence of calories severely impacts your decision-making, which is your most vital survival tool. Your first priority should be the non-perishable food in your emergency kit. High-energy items like protein bars, nuts, and dried fruit are ideal. They provide the maximum caloric return for their weight and require no preparation. Rationing is crucial. Don't feast because you're hungry. Eat small, measured amounts to keep your energy levels stable. If you exhaust your supplies, you may need to forage. But this is a high-risk, high-reward skill that requires absolute certainty. Misidentifying a plant can be fatal. Unless you are an expert in local edible flora, it is safer to conserve your energy and focus on water and shelter. Many common backyard plants are edible, but so are their poisonous lookalikes. Never eat anything you cannot identify with 100% confidence. In the first 72 hours, the food you packed is your lifeline. The goal isn't to be full, it's to stay functional. In our connected world, a blackout is more than an inconvenience. It's a systemic shock. Suddenly, your primary tools for information and communication are useless. How do you get news? How do you signal for help? This is where energy, independence, and off-grid communication become critical survival skills. Your first line of defense is a hand crank or solar-powered emergency radio. This device is your ear to the outside world, allowing you to receive vital updates from emergency broadcasts without relying on the grid or disposable batteries. It keeps you informed about rescue efforts, safe zones, and changing conditions. For personal energy, a small solar panel charger can be a game changer, allowing you to recharge essential devices like a GPS unit, a satellite phone, or even just a flashlight. Light itself is a tool. A powerful LED headlamp keeps your hands free for tasks at night and can also be used for signaling. The universal signal for distress is a series of 3 flashes. 3 of anything, 3 fires, 3 whistle blasts, 3 flashes of light is a recognized call for help. Being able to generate your own power and communicate without the grid elevates you from being a victim of the circumstances to an active participant in your own rescue. Preparedness is not an individual pursuit. It is a global strategy. Nations around the world invest billions in disaster readiness, understanding that resilience is the bedrock of national security. From Japan's earthquake-proof infrastructure and nationwide drills to Switzerland's famous civil defense bunkers, these countries operate on a simple principle: prepare for the worst, hope for the best. They stockpile resources, create redundant communication systems, and train their citizens. Emergency services conduct massive, coordinated drills, simulating everything from chemical spills to citywide blackouts. These aren't just exercises, they are rehearsals for reality. They reveal weaknesses in the system and allow for improvements before lives are on the line. This global perspective teaches us a powerful lesson. Survival is a collective responsibility. Your personal preparedness contributes to the resilience of your community. When you are self-sufficient for those first 72 hours, you free up emergency responders to help those who are injured or truly helpless. So, as you build your kit and make your plan, remember that you are part of a much larger, unseen network of preparation. You are adopting the same mindset that protects entire nations. The storm passes, the tremors cease, the waters recede. For many, this marks the end of the crisis. But for the survivor, it is a new beginning. The skills you use to endure the first 72 hours are not just for emergencies. They are lessons in resilience, resourcefulness, and self-reliance that will stay with you forever. You have learned to see the world not just as it is, but for what it could be. A park is no longer just a park. It's a source of shelter and water. A simple tool is a key to survival. You've proven that the human spirit, when armed with knowledge, is the most powerful force on Earth. The journey doesn't end here. True preparedness is a lifelong commitment. Keep learning, keep practicing, and stay ready. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe and hit the notification bell for more insights into the world of survival. Stay safe and stay prepared.